Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi witnesses commencement of core loading at India's first indigenous prototype fast breeder reactor at Kalpakkam, Tamil Nadu. Union Steel Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia inaugurates country's first green hydrogen plant in stainless steel sector at Hisar, Haryana. IMD forecasts a fresh spell of rain and snowfall over Western Himalayan region from tomorrow. Shehbaz Sharif sworn in as Pakistan's Prime Minister. And in Ranji Trophy, Mumbai storms into final, defeating Tamil Nadu. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today witnessed commencement of core loading at India's first indigenous prototype fast breeder reactor of 500 megawatt at Kalpakkam, Tamil Nadu. In line with the true spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat, the reactor has been fully designed and constructed indigenously by Bharatiya Navikiya Vidyut Nigam with significant contribution from more than 200 Indian industries. Once commissioned, India will be only the second country after Russia to have commercial operating fast breeder reactor. The occasion marks India's remarkable stride in nuclear power program. Later, addressing a public meeting in Chennai, the Prime Minister said his government has implemented schemes which will develop the country and make it the third biggest economic power in the world. He said India has taken a big step in electricity generation from atomic power plants, and within a few days it will start the process.
21वीं सदी की बहुत बड़ी चुनौती एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी है। आज हमारी सरकार इस दिशा में भी तेजी से काम कर रही है। भारत ने ऊर्जा क्षेत्र में आत्मनिर्भर बनने के लिए बड़ा कदम उठाया है। आज कल्पाक्कम में देश के पहले और मेड इन इंडिया फास्ट ब्रीडर रिएक्टर ने बिजली उत्पादन के लिए ऐतिहासिक पड़ाव पार किया है।
Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated, dedicated and laid the foundation stone of over 30 development projects worth more than 56,000 crore rupees in Adilabad, Telangana. All these projects are related to sectors like power, oil and petroleum, rail and road sectors of various states. Union Steel Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia today virtually inaugurated India's first green hydrogen plant in the stainless steel sector at Hisar, Haryana. This plant will be the world's first off-grid green hydrogen plant for the stainless steel industry and the world's first green hydrogen plant with rooftop and floating solar. This project will reduce carbon emissions by around 2,700 metric tons per annum and 54,000 tons of carbon dioxide emissions over the next 2 decades. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Scindia highlighted India's progress in the steel sector.
Our steel sector in India has come a long way from a production capability of 80 million tons per annum to over 125 million tons per annum. From becoming a net importer to becoming a net exporter to becoming the second largest steel producer in the world. But along with that, balancing with the environment. The National Green Hydrogen Mission, one of the first countries in the world that has put together a 20,000 crore package to spearhead hydrogen production for the world in India.
An interoperable payment system for internet banking transactions is likely to be launched this year. Addressing an event in Mumbai to mark Digital Payments Awareness Week, RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das today said the necessary approvals have been given to NPCI Bharat Bill Pay Limited. The system will facilitate quicker settlement of funds for merchants. In another development, the RBI has directed IIFL Finance Limited to stop sanctioning or disbursing gold loans or assigning, securitizing and selling any of its gold loans. It said the company can continue to service its existing gold loan portfolio through the usual collection and recovery processes. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has assured a delegation of Ladakh that the centre is committed to providing necessary constitutional safeguards to the Union territory. He said the high-powered committee on Ladakh, constituted to look into the demands of apex body Leh and Kargil Democratic Alliance, have been discussing the modalities to provide such constitutional safeguards. A 6-member delegation of both organizations today called on Mr. Shah in New Delhi. Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Minister Piyush Goyal today stated that the agriculture sector will be the foundational pillar spearheading the nation towards becoming Viksit Bharat by 2047. He was addressing the gathering at the launch ceremony of E-Kisan Upaj Nidhi Digital Gateway of the Warehousing Development and Regulatory Authority WDRA in New Delhi. The minister said the E-Kisan Upaj Nidhi initiative will ease the farmers' warehousing logistics with the help of technology and aid the farmers in receiving fair prices for their produce. Mr. Goyal announced that the security deposit charges at WDRA registered warehouses will soon be reduced to encourage more farmers, especially small farmers, to utilize the warehouses and enhance their income. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today presided over the inaugural session of the National Conference of Enforcement Chiefs of State and Central Goods and Services Tax formations in New Delhi. The conference deliberated on combating GST evasion and fake invoicing. It served as a valuable platform for both centre and state GST enforcement authorities to share best practices, foster mutual learning, and collectively strengthen the GST administration. The Supreme Court has ruled that MPs and MLAs do not enjoy immunity from prosecution for taking bribe to make a speech or cast a vote in the legislature. A 7-judge constitution bench headed by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud unanimously overruled the 1998 verdict delivered by a 5-judge bench in the JMM bribery case, by which MPs and MLAs were granted immunity from prosecution for taking bribe to make a speech or vote in the legislature. The Apex Court said bribery is not protected by any parliamentary privileges, and the interpretation of the 1998 verdict is contrary to Articles 105 and 194 of the Constitution. The Supreme Court instructed the Aam Aadmi Party AAP today to vacate its headquarters near Rouse Avenue Court in Delhi. The court set a deadline of the 15th of June for AAP to vacate the premises. The court in its judgment stated that the concerned area was encroaching on land allocated to the Delhi High Court for expanding the courtrooms. Additionally, the Supreme Court directed AAP to seek allotment for its offices from the Land and Development Office. The BJP has said that objectionable statements made by the opposition parties against Prime Minister Narendra Modi's caste and his family undermine the dignity of democracy. Addressing a press conference in New Delhi, party spokesperson Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi said, as the country gears up for the Lok Sabha elections, the opposition is getting more and more restless. He said that yesterday in front of all the leaders of INDI Alliance, RJD chief Lalu Prasad had commented on Narendra Modi's family. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The government has permitted the export of 64,400 tons of onion to the UAE and Bangladesh. According to notifications of the Directorate General of Foreign Trade, onion export of 50,000 tons is permitted to Bangladesh and 14,400 tons is allowed to the UAE through National Cooperative Exports Limited. The centre had banned exports of onion in December last year till the 31st of March this year to increase domestic availability and to keep prices in check. The government has also permitted exports of 30,000 metric tons of non-basmati white rice to Tanzania and 80,000 tons of broken rice to Djibouti and Guinea-Bissau. The Uttarakhand government today approved an ordinance mandating that losses incurred from damage to public and private property during riots be recovered from those deemed to be responsible for the disturbance. The state cabinet, chaired by Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami, approved the Uttarakhand Public Government and Private Property Damage Recovery Ordinance Law 2024 and sent it to the governor for approval. Union Minister for Communications Ashwini Vaishnav today launched the digital intelligence platform and Chakshu, a facility to report suspected fraud on Sanchar Sathi portal at a function in New Delhi. Digital intelligence platform developed by the Department of Telecommunications aims at facilitating coordination among the stakeholders to curb the misuse of telecom resources in cybercrime and financial fraud. Speaking on the occasion, the minister said the government has laid special focus on cyber security to provide safeguards against cyber frauds. The Defence Ministry today inked a Memorandum of Understanding with BEML, Bharat Electronics Limited and Mishra Dhatu Nigam Limited for the indigenous development of an advanced fueling and control system for engines for heavy-duty applications. This collaborative initiative will focus on leveraging indigenous capabilities to design, test and manufacture an advanced fueling and control system. In a vibrant display of civic engagement and democratic fervour, higher educational institutions across the nation are rallying behind the Mera Pehla Vote Desh Ke Liye campaign initiated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In line with the clarion call, Kirodimal College of Delhi University today organised a captivating flash mob echoing the theme of Mera Pehla Vote Desh Ke Liye. Talking to Akashvani News, some of the students shared their experience of participating in the campaign.
My name is Amrisha Kapil and I am pursuing BA Political Science Honours second year from Kirodimal College, University of Delhi. This 2024 Lok Sabha elections are going to be the first time I'm going to vote, and I'm filled with extreme excitement, for I will get to be a part to uphold the world's largest democracy's value and to practice my fundamental right to vote as well as my fundamental duty.
I am from second year Pol Science Honours, Kirodimal College. Mera pehla vote mein desh ke naam. So this moment I think for me it symbolizes the culmination of my years of learning, because now I'll be eligible to participate in the world's largest democracy's election.
Registrations of informal micro-enterprises IMEs on Udyam Assist platform have crossed the figure of 1.5 crore during the last 14 months. Udyam Assist platform was launched by the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises on the 11th of January last year to facilitate registration of IMEs through generation of Udyam Assist certificate. Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz PMLN leader Shehbaz Sharif was sworn in today as Pakistan's Prime Minister for the second time since 2022 in a ceremony held at the presidential residence in Islamabad. President Arif Alvi administered the oath to the 72-year-old PMLN leader. The swearing-in took place amid protests in different parts of the country by Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Party. Shehbaz Sharif was elected as the Prime Minister after he secured 201 votes in the National Assembly yesterday, defeating his rival Omar Ayub Khan, who was backed by PTI. In the Ranji Trophy semi-final, Mumbai stormed into the final for the 48th time after crushing Tamil Nadu by an innings and 70 runs at the BKC ground, Mumbai. Shardul Thakur scored the century and took 4 wickets to seal the victory for Mumbai. Thakur was awarded Player of the Match for his match-winning contribution. In the other semi-final, Vidarbha were 343 for 6 against Madhya Pradesh at Nagpur on day 3 at stumps. Vidarbha are currently leading by 261 runs in the second innings. In Cricket Women's Premier League, Royal Challengers Bangalore have set the target of 199 for UP Warriors at M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru. Earlier put into bat, Royal Challengers Bangalore scored 198 for 3 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. Smriti Mandhana was the top scorer for Royal Challengers Bangalore. She scored 80 runs in 50 balls. The Indian men's and women's table tennis teams made history today as both the teams qualified for the Olympics for the first ever time on the basis of world rankings. The Indian men, 15th in the world team rankings, and the Indian women, ranked 13th, secured the quotas based on the latest rankings for March. Despite losing their quarter-final games at ITTF World Table Tennis Team Championship that was held in Busan, both the men's and women's teams have secured their spots for the 2024 Paris Olympics. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi witnesses commencement of core loading at India's first indigenous prototype fast breeder reactor at Kalpakkam, Tamil Nadu. Union Steel Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia inaugurates country's first green hydrogen plant in stainless steel sector at Hisar, Haryana. IMD forecasts a fresh spell of rain and snowfall over Western Himalayan region from tomorrow. Shehbaz Sharif sworn in as Pakistan's Prime Minister. And in Ranji Trophy, Mumbai storms into final defeating Tamil Nadu. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.